feel better now. I have my nose machine. So, Richard KeNNedy, welcome back to our show.
Thank you very much.
Kip,
Richard.
Richard.
I don't think you were here last time.
No, it's always a different who. Yeah. And Kip is our who for the day. So, what have you been up to?
I've been up to a lot of different stuff. I'm kind of moving into a new direction in my music. And I've been curating events and curating art shows and doing a little bit of consulting, just trying to stay busy.
Nice.
Back to New York full time. I spent a tumultuous year and a half, going back and forth between here and Montreal, but now I am done with Canada and back in New York.
Now, are you from Canada?
Absolutely not.
You're from here?
Absolutely. I'm 100% African American.
Okay. So Canadians not considered African American?
Absolutely not.
What are they're just Canadian?
They're just Canadian.
But they are American, aren't they? It's North
Yeah,
America.
But I don't consider anybody African American unless your family went through the struggle. If your family went through slavery, then you are African American. And if you migrated, then I get it. But if you are not, you are not African. You are technically African American, but by what the world thinks of African American, absolutely not.
So wait, so Canadian, so is it Canadian black people?
I mean, there's a lot of most Canadians are old people, people who their family made it there on the Underground Railroad and they went to freedom there, so that's old, and then there's a lot of new African immigrants. So I would say that they're
so they
Canadian.
so they didn't come through here. But if they got there on the Underground Railroad,
if they got there on the Underground Railroad, sure. If you came,
then they're African American.
You know what I mean? If your family went there and has a long history there, then sure.
Did the railroad go to Canada?
Yeah, because Canada didn't have slavery.
Right. That's
yeah,
so
that
wild.
was
but the North here didn't either. But
I think
did.
Canada, the North kind of did, and I think Canada was
as
far away.
Yeah, no, they a lot of because there were still bounty hunters who would come up to the North.
Yeah.
All right, and get runaway slaves, especially those slaves that their owners felt had extra value. Okay, so they would come. Actually, where I went to high school up in Erie, Pennsylvania, there are still some of the literal underground tunnels that go out to the waterfront.
That's it.
Where boats would come in the dark of night
so brilliant.
and get runaway slaves and send them over across Lake Erie.
Go Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, go Harriet Tubman. Yeah, I'm very close to the Mason-Dixon line.
Where?
In Ohio.
Ohio was one of the
Southwest Ohio.
Yeah, but
Cincinnati, Kentucky.
Wasn't Ohio one of the major places of the Underground?
That's where you crossed the Mason-Dixon line was the line that divided the North and the South.
Right.
So Kentucky was a slave state, but Ohio was a free state.
Right.
So literally right across the river, there's this thing called Rankin House, where my family's from in Kentucky. And people would just run across the river. And then
so your family was from Kentucky?
My family is my mom's family is from Kentucky.
So did they run to Ohio?
No, they didn't. But I think that they must have been slaves, and because they were tobacco farmers, and I think some people just kind of accepted it and were close. I don't really know.
It's such a strange. We can't even imagine.
Yeah. Totally.
I know, because I lived in Maryland for a while, and I'll tell you, whenever you would say anything, they would make you aware that they are south of the Mason-Dixon line. I'm like, you're proud of that? I'm like a New Yorker. What do you mean? You're like, you want to be Southern? You're too North to be Southern. And they are like, oh, no, we're not.
We're not.
They would, blatantly bring it to your attention that they were South. I didn't know anyone would be proud of that.
No one should.
There's still a lot, man.
But there's a lot. I think there's something in the water.
I know, I don't want anyone to get mad at me because I said nobody should be proud of that. But I'm a Yankee, and exactly.
Absolutely.
I just don't understand. I only don't understand fucked up people.
Yeah.
Not
I mean, there's so many fucked up people in the world that at this point I've given up trying to understand them all.
Did you hear what happened in Oklahoma today?
No, what happened in Oklahoma?
Oh my gosh, did anybody hear? They were doing the death penalty on somebody, and it messed up. And there were two guys that they were supposed to kill, basically. And the first one they did, and they were doing it, and all the people watched, and then they closed the curtains so the press and nobody could see anymore because it was fucking up. And then the guy that was supposed to go next didn't get killed because they have now that it's all under investigation of why it didn't work.
How were they killing them?
They were doing lethal injections. They don't do electric chair anymore. And the lethal injections are not working.
They don't always work, yeah.
They weren't working. The first shot, they said, is supposed to put you out. Like, don't we have endless amounts of drugs that you could just give someone to put them out?
Why don't Michael Jackson give him some
give him that. Exactly. They used some drugs that he was still twitching. He wanted to get up. He wasn't out. And he ended up dying of a heart attack. Yeah, that's what happened. And now it's all under investigation. And the other guy gets 14 days now of figuring other stuff out. And
but I mean, if I was going to die, I'm pretty sure I would want. Don't give me another 2 weeks. You know,
I
just
know.
Kill me. Because I would just hang myself. You know.
Oh no! Well, you're not going to do that. You're
I'm not going to do that.
artist.
I'm not going to go to
Exactly. No. So, do you have any shows coming up?
I just did a show in Baltimore, and I'm gonna do. I'm just kind of like looking for a place now to do a gallery show based on my family actually, and I'm gonna because I've got all these old photos from like the 1800s of my family in Kentucky.
Oh my gosh! Now was this post?
No, it was post slavery, but it was right after. You know, maybe 50 years after, and like my great grandparents had this club called like the Elite 12 or something, and there's like photos of them. And they would meet and like play cards and get together.
My goodness, like a social club.
Like it's totally a social club. So it's like it's amazing. And then on my dad's side, so I'm gonna do all this stuff and just like to tell my story and how I like arrived here in New York City to be an artist and like, to be pushing all the agendas that I'm pushing and doing the things I'm doing. And I'm also like making new music with like a couple of different people, and I just like.
And aren't you like a forget about it over the top dancer?
I am. Like, I mean, I'm just kind of getting back to that as well. Like, because I got injured and like I was in Wicked. I got injured 2009. And
what happened?
Kind of, like,
Did the witch put a spell on you?
No, the witch didn't put a spell on me. It was like I was a ribbon dancer and I tore my labrum, so I messed up my shoulder. So then now I've been kind of like I beat that depression. I beat that like what am I going to do now? This is my career. And now I'm going to get back in the studio and start training.
Good for you.
Get back into it and maybe try to do a little Cirque du Soleil rage, but I'd rather have a record deal than to do Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, man.
I mean, it's not that much work, but it's just a long contract to be, you know, like if I'm in a record deal, at least it's all me.
Can you can do Cirque du Soleil stuff?
Yeah, of course. Like I mean,
I'm not. I don't do
anybody. It's like not like I'm not a circus act by any means, but like I can sing and dance, and they have like singers and dancers. And I've got friends who work for it, and they're like, when do you want to do it? You know.
So you don't have to put your foot behind your ear.
No, but I can almost put my foot behind it. I'm pretty flexible. You know, it's like I was like a really weird
contortion.
I could have probably been one when I was a kid, but my parents would say, "Stop doing that."
Oh,
I grew up in Ohio.
Like that.
Yeah, grew up in Ohio, so nobody was really into like my super weird things that I could just do.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. So can you sing every song backwards from Wicked, basically?
Once upon a time I could, but probably a little bit, but I choose not to.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, it's been like 4 years, so now I don't hear it and shudder. Now it brings me back a little bit of fond memory and like. I'm also entertaining the idea of being on Broadway.
Yeah,
so I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be
Mm-hmm.
working at a restaurant. I could be on Broadway if I would try.
That would, because you already have been.
I haven't been on Broadway, but I've been on like Broadway tours. I did like pre-Broadway West Side Story. I was in Fosse when I was like 19.
Wow.
So it's like, so I've done it, and it's like a world that I've kind of.
I love musicals.
I love musicals, but like musical theater isn't what it used to be.
Right,
like,
it's more rock now.
It's like it's just cheap. It's like almost like an amusement park show, and I'm just not into that.
Oh, like an MTV award party?
Because it's like it's one of the only truly American art forms and things that I think Americans 100% do the best. And it's like they're just dumbing it down to like these really basic crowds, and like everybody wants these long commercial runs, and nobody can really enjoy.
Like the new thing now, like everybody wants to do like Disney the musical.
Disney,
so when it already it has a musical.
Yeah, my friend
feel.
is Aladdin. You know, I mean, I know so many people
in Aladdin.
You know, I know Aladdin.
That's amazing.
You know, like I know Aladdin. I mean, I know.
So can he really fly on the magic carpet?
I don't know. I know, but he's a nice guy.
Right.
He's married to a girl who I worked with when I was also 19. You know? And today I did the Who's Tommy a long time ago, and I got a recording of it today, which is really, really exciting. And I was only 19, and I was like, sing. You know, I didn't even know. Like,
That's
you know,
cool.
It was cool, and like I did it with Alice Ripley, who actually won the Best Actress tournament in like 2010.
Wow.
And she's from Ohio too. She keeps like musical theater art form. It's like, I'm trying. Maybe I'll write a show, or maybe I'll write my music and turn it into a
My kids
show.
always want me to do that. My kids
You
want me
know,
to write a musical. So
Yeah, like I mean, it's like someone needs to write something that's relevant.
maybe we can do something together.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like everybody does these things that falsely represent downtown culture.
Oh no,
right? And it's like all those things. It's like all these people are just projecting what they think downtown is, and now I like left that life uptown to really be a part of downtown, and not just like immediately come down here and put myself in the thick of. Like I literally have been living that. I went from making 6 figures to making $0.
Join the party. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what it's like right now. I mean, I don't know too many people that are getting the bullseye unless you're Lindsay Lohan and Oprah pays you to do a show.
Yeah, but then Oprah fires her because it's like, give me that. Yeah, give me $15,000, Oprah, and I will do more than what.
Oprah's hilarious, though. I know.
She's hilarious, but she's amazing.
She's
amazing. Never no disrespect to Oprah ever. Yes.
I love Oprah. How can you not love Oprah? There was a thing on the news last night. They were showing this room at the Palace Hotel. It's the Palace Hotel in Manhattan. It's a 3-story room. The only people that have ever stayed in this room are kings and princes from the Middle East,
of course,
and Oprah.
Wow.
Ching,
above CBGB's.
Oh,
the Palace.
No,
the
the
real
Palace.
Palace.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the
The
Palace.
only people.
Of course.
Yeah.
She's
I think that's where she shot that interview with Lindsay.
I'm not sure because I don't really watch that.
I just saw that it was on the news. It was on the news. I just happened to watch the news last night. I don't always trust me. My dad yells at me all the time that I never know what the fuck's going on. I know. You don't read the New York Times. I'm like, I know.
But it's like sometimes it gets so depressing. I watch the news and
I see
end
the
up,
news.
like, in a breakdown.
I hate
like,
it.
Crying in my room, like,
I know.
my life is not that bad.
I know. I watch it like at the gym. You know, you watch and it's like. It scares me. I know, but that's how I found out about the freaking guy in Oklahoma that didn't die from.
No, that sucks. Like,
I know.
Weird now, but like, you probably deserve it.
So I know I asked you once before if you're related to the Kennedys, and
I am not. You know, in theory, I am related to some Kennedys. It's like
Right.
a secret. It's like my Kennedy is maybe not my real last name.
Ah.
You know, but it was kind of like, my dad grew up Richard Kennedy.
Okay.
And then my grandma got married when he was like 17, and she changed his name.
Ah.
And then like I always thought my dad should have been a star. You know what I mean? But like got really young parents, so they like gave up their life for you know what I mean, for me, and they did a good job. Thank you, mom and dad. I know I'm a spoiled brat, asshole sometimes, but I love you and I appreciate them. You know, it's like, and if they see this, I want them to know that I really, Richard and Gina, like I could not ask for a better family. You know? And I never really realized that in what I had until I moved to New York and realized how many people are out here kind of orphaned or like they're too weird for their family, but my family honestly tries to understand me and like makes it a point to engage with me and to like support me. And I've got 5 amazing brothers and sisters, and they're all like, you know, I love Monet, Deontay, JJ, and like they're like my biggest inspirations, and I love them, and I'm gonna see them next weekend.
Aww. So today happens to be National Oatmeal Raisin Day.
I actually hate oatmeal raisin cookies.
Well, I have something as backup just in case. Well, I can't help it. You want a candy?
No, because I'm just gotta stop. I have to stop eating sugar because it's making me break out.
This doesn't have sugar. These are sugar free.
Yeah,
They're like chocolate mint. Anyway, would you share a skeleton from your closet with us?
Oh my god! Last time I shared a skeleton, I don't think my family liked it, so I'm gonna do one that is not family related.
G-rated winner.
Let's see. Well, skeleton from my closet. Oh, I was like when I was a kid, I was really bored, and like me and my friend used to go to CBS every Friday because we were in the marching band, and we would go.
These are from CBS.
These are from CBS. See, CBS. Now it's too late. It's probably 10 years, and it's called State Lines Can't Prosecute Me. But we used to literally steal so much stuff from them.
It's so easy, right?
And then it was in Ohio. It was so easy. I remember coming home with all these school supplies, and my parents were like, where did you get like an electric pencil sharpener, a trapper keeper, felt pens, like you name it, I had it, and it was like going to school with like everything. And then I would go to the mall, and steal a bunch of stuff from the mall and get it gift wrapped at the mall in the free mall gift wrap.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right.
That's what you do when you're 13.
Wow.
Everybody's not very smart, so you're like, they're like, they don't ask. You're like, where are your receipts? And you're like, oh, I left them. I didn't get a receipt.
What's a receipt?
I'm 14 and I have like $500 worth of merchandise in like, you know, in this little town where kids don't get $500 worth of merchandise.
Exactly.
You know? Like,
yeah. So you want to push a button and see what you're.
I would be involved because I've been a motherfucker. Like that's kind of like my thing. It's like to be like a bit controversial, especially in the art world here and like the culture here. I think that needs like a black gay man to be strong and to like identify as male, and to be aggressive and to challenge like the social norms and to like really bring that sort of like motherfucker. And people like take everything that I say so literally. And like now I think it's funny and I'm like, okay, so maybe I'm like can watch it a bit, but it's like I think that there needs to be someone to be able to push people's buttons. Actually, you know,
that's why I love my button push.
Yeah, that's what I love your button push too.
I love it. So what's your website? How can people find you?
I don't really, I mean now
Facebook?
it's like mostly Instagram. I'm trying to get on Instagram. It's
you know
Mr.
Facebook
KeNNedy.
owns Instagram?
I'm sure Facebook owns everything, but they don't
They bought it. They know, but they did buy Instagram 2 years ago for $1 billion.
I'm sure they did.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was on a Wednesday. That's how I know, because I read it. And of course I believe everything I read.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm sure they own it, but that's like so off Mark Zuckerberg, you know? It's like he's like changed the world, and like that's what I aim to do. Maybe not on that large.
I mean, I was IMing with like a country next to Greece last night for like 2 hours. You know, like you can talk to the world.
You can talk to the world, and it's like I just literally like I've been started working with this man Hercules from Love Affair, and I've never met him in person, and I just creative consultant and styled his brand new music video at studios on the weekend. And I've never met him. We Skyped, so he met me on Facebook, you know what I mean? He admired me, and I'm a huge fan of his, and now it's turning into what could be something. It's not lucrative, but it could be something really big coming. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm going to move to Europe and have a record deal.
Wow.
You know? But, like, that's just a maybe. I believe when I see it.
Yeah, you never know.
No.
Anything is possible.
Maybe not through him, but I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's wonderful, and I'm so glad you came to visit us.
Thank you. I want to come and be a host sometime.
Oh, would you?
I would love to come and be a
please do. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
Yay.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Right,
much.
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon. Stay dry in New York City.
RiChaRd KeNNedy.
Yeah.